Welcome back, Parse Productions, with the inaugural Force Fury Open. Tournament director Tylor Igou, premier sponsor Legacy Disc, Kaposia Pro Shop also kicking in, as well as cleaning this beautiful Kaposia Disc Golf Park up. This is just a prestigious course. Everyone kind of knows it. It's one of the older courses in the state. It's just a beautiful course to play, and it was looking awesome for this round. Here we are starting out on hole 14. Awesome lead card here to watch. This is a 515-foot hole. Might even play a little further than that, it feels like. Really serpentine. Tough shot. If you don't get off the tee very well, it makes for a very long hole.
They also put it back at about 150 feet further down that fairway. Cale hit that ghost tree.
Yeah, and he lit a different tree last round, but I mean, he's just trying to throw an easy hyzer and put himself in position, and it's not easy on this hole. Mm-hmm. There's no easy shot. You have to commit to whatever you're doing.
I decided not to take the forehand today.
Yeah, forehand's a gutsy play. This hyzer's really the shot you want, but Terry leaking a little left, and that actually worked out okay.
Yeah, that was a happy clap that I did too.
I'm not sure if he'll have a great upshot from there, but he might still be able to access the green, which is all you're looking to do, is get up there and give yourself something. Josh looks like he's cutting in a little early as well too.
That's a great shot.
Yep, I think he'll finish okay. Kind of by where Terry did, maybe not quite as far. And finish off here, we got Rob Lemke. Local here, not many people know him or Josh, but they're solid golf players. They know how to play the game and know how to manage the course very well.
It's that one of those early trees. Kicks a little bit left.
And didn't really see anybody, throw the shot. It felt like you and Josh kind of snuck through a little early.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got extremely lucky, and Rob's just looking to pitch out.
Yeah. And that's in a position where he can access the green. Again, that's all you're looking to do from that far away. That's a very tight, that's 8 feet wide probably at best.
Yeah, it's very tight up there.
Yeah. And Cale with a long shot here. You got to get the disc turning left to right here as well too from where he is.
He's got that tree right beside him, so he's a little bit pinched off, and hopefully he doesn't hit his hand.
Yeah.
Oh,
that is
my!
That was such a tough shot, and he threw it almost perfect. Hit one of those last trees. If he misses one of those, I don't know if he would have got quite up to a putt, but it would have been a very easy up and down, and maybe even a 50-50 bid for him. And Rob here throwing his third shot, hopefully trying to get up and down. Doesn't throw a ton of forehands, but he knows how to manage the game.
Get through there. There we go.
And he just caught that left fairway as he got through the gap. So he made the initial gap and then caught some trees about 30 feet past that. And he's got about 50, 60 feet left.
Josh is a little bit off to the left. Looks like he's going to be throwing on a forehand, just like Rob did.
Yeah, he's got that group of trees in front of him, and he's trying to stretch out here around him. So he's got to get the disc at a pretty crazy angle and then have the stability of the disc fight it out and have a good speed as well, too.
Oh, he got up there.
Oh.
I think he's just probably about 60 feet.
Yeah, that's
maybe a little bit closer. And I got up there a little bit. I got pretty much the same look as what Josh just had, maybe a little bit closer. I'm throwing a Ringer G. Nope, Buzz OS.
Buzz OS. Yeah, you kind of got that long reach as well, trying to throw a steep angle with a really stable disc.
And that fought all the way up there. I'm just inside the circle. And I was really happy with how that turned out.
And that was the happy clap. You could tell by the pace of the clap.
Yeah, I was ecstatic because I had about a 2-foot gap to hit, and I hit it.
And Cale got that kick left, so he's got this tricky angle. He's trying to throw like a floaty M4, and he did it perfecly.
Wow.
Yeah, he can't get much better than that.
You almost put that in. I literally don't think we knew how close that was.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
And Rob got in these trees a little more than I thought he did, but I think he can get up and down from here.
There we go.
Yeah, he should be able to put that in. And Josh here is going to have a long look for his birdie. 1 tree to beat. And just on the edge of the shrubbery.
Oh, just a little low. But, I mean, you should be able to tap that out.
Yeah, so Terry with our last chance at a birdie on the very difficult par 14 here. Only has about 28 feet, slight downhill. I think you're good for this, right?
I think I am. I think the basket helps me out a little bit, but...
Hey, don't foreshadow.
Told you.
That's a great catch. Thank you, basket. Can I bring you around for the rest of the round?
I tapped the basket a little bit.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he needed in that situation. Down a couple strokes on Cale, looking to get one back, and he did just that. Cale with a nice up and down from where he was with that kick that he had. Rob will be tapping in, hopefully, for his bogey. Doesn't have much left here. Again, we got a nice little gallery here watching this lead card. It's been a really fun tournament.
Yeah, there was quite a few people out there, and it was they were a lot of fun.
Yep.
Josh tapping out for his par.
Yeah, again, nothing wrong with the par in this hole. We're very happy with that. Smooth shot there by Josh.
Going into hole 15, you want to throw... some people throw a fairway, some people throw a mid. You just want to keep something on a hyzer with late stand-up. Trouble on the left and trouble on the right. If you go too deep, there is OB that separates you from hole 16. So that's why I choose to throw a mid. And hopefully don't hit any trees.
Yeah, and this is a tough hole. This is a bonus birdie for sure. And you get into a lot of trouble quick. If you don't get through this initial gap, that's about 200, 250 feet off the tee that Terry looked like he's piping it. Is that the happy clap? That was the happy clap.
It was, I grip locked it.
Again, complain, whine, whatever you call it. You'll get what you want.
I clapped because I wasn't happy with where I released it. But it worked out.
You want to know what's a little funny? I think we saw a red disc there on the green. That's not from this group. I'm pretty sure that was my disc.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you can see it there again. I'm the hole in front of these guys, and I'm pretty sure I grip locked one and threw a really bad shot.
Oh, no. And Cale filleted that one.
Yeah, Cale also showing us how it's done. Again, I think I said it last round, but he gets a shot more than anybody I've ever seen. Probably throwing that H4 V2 again. Under stable disc that he just can throw on such sweet lines.
Josh,
a lot of height here. It's hard to keep it up on the green with this much height.
But he should. I mean, be able to get up and down. If not, have a look for birdie.
Yeah, it looks like he's probably gonna have a putt. Maybe some trees in the way.
Rob just lacing the fairway.
That looked really good. It looked like it tailed off a little bit.
A little low.
Yeah.
But I mean, it looks like he has a good look at birdie.
Yep. Again, those are 4 good drives on this hole.
He was a little further out than we thought, but I mean, it still looked good.
Yeah. Josh from similar distance, a little trickier lie. It looks like he's got those trees right in front of him. Still trying to decide what he wants to do here.
Oh,
I didn't even see that.
I think if that tree wasn't there, I think that was in.
I didn't even see that branch.
Oh my!
And Cale. He knows Terry's right next to him. Doesn't want to give any more strokes away.
There we go.
Solid putt from 25 feet.
Yeah. He got that hole both rounds, so that's huge. This is definitely a bonus birdie.
Yep. And Terry trying to follow suit. Knows he needs this putt if he wants to stay close to Cale. A little high right, but
it spit.
It did spit. Oh no.
Mock pocket. It was right side.
Yeah, it wasn't a perfect putt by any means. But But you hope those stick. Again, you don't want anything fighting through the chains.
Any other bucket that would have stayed, but I mean, we're playing on Mach 3, so you gotta put a dead center.
Yep.
I was just adding to our first round spit out coverage.
And that'll mean Cale will be getting another stick on Terry, extending his lead to 2. Josh and Rob, kind of quiet back there. Maybe they can find a couple birdies here. We have a couple good chances coming up before we get into the par 4s.
Yeah, that spit out hurt a little bit, but hopefully I can get this next hole.
And the next hole here we have is hole 16, 245 feet. Again, this right side that we're driving by right now, we have some red flags and some paint that show us the OB line that separate the 2 holes. And then to the left, there's a pretty steep downhill. Mm-hmm. So you don't want to get too far left, don't want to be right for that OB. Just this nice straight shot finishes into the hole. Most are probably throwing like a mid-range or so, kind of a straight mid-range. Cale.
Just a beautiful line.
That was gorgeous. Maybe a slightly obstructed putt there with that tree, but I think he's good for that.
Mm-hmm. I'm throwing my my blue 10-year buzz. Just a low liner. And I hit that yesterday, so I threw it a little bit harder to get the flip.
So that hit a very specific gap. There's a tree there, and then there's the wood planks, and it came right in that lane, which is pretty cool. You don't see that very often.
Josh throwing his baseline ghost.
That's that ghost again. That's
I think he might have hit the same gap that I did. It just didn't slide.
Again, those are all tap-ins pretty much for all 3 of them guys. Rob wanting to follow suit. Looks like it's leaking left. And hit a tree. Hopefully doesn't have too much left.
Okay. So, I mean, he's got about 60.
He's got a long jumper, and he's got this nice spin putt that kind of floats to the basket. Oh. And he gave that thing a bid. He didn't want to be left out. I was like, Josh didn't get quite up as far as we thought. He might have hit one of those trees. Mm-hmm. But he's still well within range. Maybe circle's edge just outside. Big gallery up there watching.
Oh,
not
just
quite.
A little bit low.
And there's Cale with that straddle. I think I've seen him straddle more than I have in a long time. And that's what this course does to you.
It's a great putt.
Yep, solid putt. Yeah, this course, it just seems like you get a lot of straddle putts. A lot of trees around the green, a lot of bushes you had to deal with. Definitely challenges your game.
Tapped in my birdie.
Nice pretty shot there by Josh. Unfortunate not to get all the way up to the hole. Couple birdies, couple pars. Cale still with that 2-stroke lead over Terry. Again, couple birdies here to go into the par 4s, and they're ones you want to get. Give yourself chances at.
Yeah, this is there's danger on the left. There's a drop off. Probably it's like a cliff. Or not a cliff, it's just more of like a ravine.
It's pretty straight downhill.
Yeah. And then there's the pond on the right, and then you also got a valley deep.
Yeah. We didn't see anybody go too long last round. I think all these guys have pretty good pace on their shots, and they're all probably throwing putters. But if you do go like 40, 50 feet past the basket, it's, again, a valley, downhill, very tough. Cale probably leaving it maybe 25 short. Still a solid shot.
You put a little bit more air under it this time.
Yeah, there's one tree branch that cuts across the fairway, and it makes you have to throw a little lower than maybe you would really want to on this hole. And Terry just missing those branches.
That thing has so much glide.
And you can see here, it's a very fast green downhill, and you got about 25, 30-foot skip there past the basket. Josh looking to get his disc down there, give himself a putt. He throws putters and mid-ranges very well.
Hey, with a little tree kick closer to the bucket.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. He's probably got about 20 feet left.
Oh, there we go. Get over there.
Rob pushing the right edge of the fairway and not getting through, but he's still got a putt right next to that tree, about 36 feet.
Just off the right
close.
side.
Yeah, that could have gone either way there.
I'm just about probably 25 to 30 feet.
And this is usually a pretty solid range for Terry.
I was happy to make that putt.
Yeah, dead center. Good pace to it, too. Cale from a little closer, probably 20, 22 feet. Again, pro move there. Cale saw the people walking behind the basket, so he gave them a chance to walk around.
A little ringer.
Took his time. He didn't hit it quite as solid as he wanted to, but it went in. Yep. There's that smile, Cale. Josh from about 16 feet, a little closer than we thought even.
There you go.
Solid.
So we got 3 birdies and
likely par here.
Likely par.
Doesn't have too much left, maybe 12 feet. Rob's been solid from here all day. No. It's just one of those baskets. I think you get so upset that you don't get your 2 on it, and you like don't focus when you go to hit that par putt. Same thing happened to me yesterday. It really stinks when it happens, but he'll come back from it. Rob's tough.
I got that. Got that birdie.
There's that nice touch there by Terry. Really pretty putt. Again, fun battle here by Cale and Terry. Just giving us what the folks wanted. Hole 18, 305 feet. This path on the left is OB, and to the left of it all the way. And then we have a casual creek to the right. So not OB. Most people are trying to kind of play to the right edge of the fairway. Give themselves maybe a 20-foot putt or so. Kind of a mid-range / putter hole. I think most of these guys are probably going to be throwing putters because they know it's going to finish a little straighter and not tail off to the left as much. We saw Cale give us a really good run yesterday.
He's throwing that PA3 again. It looked like he turned it a little bit more.
Yeah, it looked like he yanked her over.
But, he got a little bit of a kick off the side of the hill.
Yep.
So it put him a little bit closer so he didn't have to go towards the OB.
Yeah, but usually you have a good 50, 60-foot putt from there, and you can run it a little bit.
There's a little bit of wind.
Yeah, Terry also turning it over, probably similar spot to Cale.
And I got a good kick off the hill.
Yeah. Josh here trying to make some moves towards the end of the round. Doesn't know what that second card is doing, but you don't want to get jumped. And he might be yanking it over a little too. These guys are playing a little too safe.
That path gets close.
Yeah, that path. That path is 6 feet away, 8 feet away there by the basket, and just comes up very quickly as this hole plays downhill the whole way. Rob looking like he has a decent shot coming back.
He snuck all the way through there.
Yeah, he might have a circle's edge, probably 40-foot putt, I bet. But yeah, none of these guys are really having a good bid at this. And this is another one that I'm not saying you have to get it or want to get it, but you definitely want to get it. And Josh there going OB, he probably has a good 25 feet at least left, I bet, for his bogey now.
So here's Cale. So he's looking right at the OB. Oh!
Wow. He was not worried about the OB at
No,
all.
he was not. So I'm about 45, maybe 40 feet. Yeah, I'm looking right at the OB, and this will be really huge if I could hit this.
Yeah, this would be a really big bonus for Terry with Cale missing already. A boom. All right, you can start walking them in now.
Yep.
I trust you.
Yep. we were feeling it that day.
And that was solid. I love the way Terry putts. You can see the disc just coming up and down. Has really good pace to it when it hits the basket.
And Rob.
Same thing with Rob. He's just got really good pace to his disc. And very little effort, it looks like, when he plays. But hits a good 30, 35-foot putt there. Josh, very tricky little 25-footer for his bogey. These are always tough to hit when you have all that going on mentally, and that's a solid putt for him.
He needed that.
Mm-hmm.
Cale's going to tap in for his par.
Probably a little disappointed, giving one back to Terry. But again, that's what the people wanted. We want a close battle here.
The flutter got me in there.
Yeah, Terry with that flutter. And now we kind of start a tough stretch. We got a couple par fours with a mixed in kind of shorty hole and a couple more par fours.
Hole 19.
So, tricky.
It says it's only 345, but it's playing a good 500. You have about one tree to beat in the middle of the fairway. But there's also some brush on the right and the left. But I mean, I usually just aim for that tree and hope my disc turns over and misses it.
Yeah, and this green's very tricky as well, too. You see a lot of rollaways if you don't hit the basket just right on your putt. And if you don't get through this gap and get up to a good position off the tee, it makes for a really long hole. And I think Terry just missed those couple trees on the inside.
Just missed those trees. Luckily, I did not roll back down. So
you should be looking at a fairly easy up and down from where he is.
Rob.
Looking a little right here. Hopefully it cuts back left. And it
does.
Through. Yeah, he's pretty similar spot to Terry. Again, not much left when you get up to that position.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no. Oh, the one tree you got to beat.
He got lucky that he came straight down. You can get pretty bad reactions, kick you 100, 200 feet either way. So hopefully he still has something to give himself a chance of getting up and down.
And Josh threw it a little low. But he snuck past that tree.
I don't know. He might have hit the tree. It looks like he's right next to it.
Oh.
Or else it was just that low that it didn't get very far past it.
Okay, so, Cale, it's not ideal, but, it's still in the middle. He had a fortunate kick just backwards.
Yeah, it looks like he's playing a Stenzel. I don't know if that's by choice. It may be because of all the shrubs that are right there and the tough terrain that he's on.
Oh!
He almost put that in.
Wow. And that shot, guys, I'm not kidding you. That shot is, you're throwing standstill. It looks like it's probably 200, but it's playing 350, 400.
I think that was one of his D1s, it looked like. So he's throwing a really overstable disc, standstill, trying to flex it in there. And he's got a good 30-foot back, it looks like, and that's a tough putt on the screen. Josh, similar spot to Cale, just a little left of the tree, maybe a little longer. A little further up the fairway.
And Josh puts it right there.
Yeah, that's a good play. Played it into that hill on the left and just killed it.
And I'm just flicking a ringer GT.
Yeah, I really like this for an upshot. You get to look at the basket the whole way. I feel like this just flies nice for a forehand from what I've seen.
It's that flex, the Z Flex plastic, so it doesn't really get a lot of rollaways. It just hits and sits.
Yeah, that's exactly what you're looking for on the screen. Rob playing a little up to the left.
Oh, no,
don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
No,
don't do that.
No.
Okay, thank you.
Holy. A little bit of a roller coaster for all of us.
All right, we can breathe now. It's over. Yeah, this hole is so scary. It doesn't take much, and he's going 200 feet back down that hill. I've seen people hit that center tree and roll all the way back to the OB line of the path.
And especially with this basket, you want to be as close as possible. This basket's kind of leaning down the hill. So, at any time, you have any type of spit out, your disc is going to roll.
Yeah, and that was hard to tell there, but Cale had a really nice putt. That was tricky from about 25, 30 feet downhill. He hit it He knew that Terry was right there. He didn't want to give up that lead.
Mm-hmm. I think we got a star birdie on this hole.
Yeah, just the way you read it up. I don't want to say it's a tweener, but if you get a good drive, there's no reason you shouldn't get up and down.
Another look at Cale's putt.
Yeah, again, very underrated. That's a lot further than you think it looks there.
I mean, he barely had to toss it, and it was rocketed.
And again, awesome battler at the top.
Going into hole 20, more of a placement golf or placement shot here. You just want to throw like a fairway driver, hyzer, maybe even a driver, out to that opening, and then throw whatever you can get to get out here and put it within inside the circle. There's also another drop off because they put it on a hill.
Yeah. And again, I've played this before in the past as a par 5. Very tough par 4. Getting a 3 on this hole is a huge bonus. Very tough to get any distance off this tee shot. So you're very limited on where you can be. There's like a 5 or 6 foot gap you're trying to get into. If you get into that gap, you have a chance at getting up and down for your 3. So like you said, just throwing a nice little backhand, right-hand backhand hyzer, and there's Rob getting right
with
into
the
gap.
perfect landing spot right there.
Yeah, and even that footing's tricky. Like everything about this hole is just tricky. All the angles are tricky. Even when you go to the green is very tricky, very downhill, very slopey.
And Cale just crushing one.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And the footing's not as tricky there, but still, you can see he landed on top of some rocks there, and it's not going to be easy. And this tee box thing faces a little bit straighter too, so it makes you kind of have a weird run up. Again, the angles on this hole are very strange, but I think all 4 of you guys have a possible look here to get up and down. And
yeah, they were all pretty good drives.
Yep, and you have this branches out here you can see to the right, and you got to get under those branches, but keep it high enough that you have the distance to get all the way up and down.
So Josh, I mean, he got out there, but it looked like he hit down, did some course maintenance of his own on the course.
Cut some of those branches we were just talking about. Yeah, he's sponsored by Kaposia, isn't he? He's put in work for the shop.
Yeah, I guess. I didn't get what you were saying at the time.
Yeah, he's put in work for the Kaposia Pro Shop here. They did all the maintenance for the course.
I'm throwing a Z Raptor here.
Yeah, it looked like Rob got up there. He's got a long putt, but should be a fairly easy up and down if he wants to make it easy.
Oh, wow.
And Terry just going beast mode on him.
Crushed it.
I mean, if he makes it to the street over there, that is out of bounds.
Oh, my.
But that's pretty far past the hole. Cale standstill, which you don't see from here very often. It's a long standstill.
And you can't even see the bucket either, so you don't know.
Oh,
Wow.
That is perfect. I mean,
That's
that was a standstill from probably 350, I bet.
Yeah, the whole plays a lot longer than it is because you're going uphill pretty much the entire way, and I mean you also gotta throw from the hillside.
Yep.
That one looked like it just fell out of Josh's hand, but he's still inside the circle, so should have a good look at it.
Yeah, tough up shot to commit on because you don't want to go too long, but you don't want to be too short and give yourself a putt either. Rob from similar distance but a different angle here.
Just puts it nice and close.
It's just like a little wrist flick, it looks like.
So I got about 50 feet.
I guess if you got a long putt, I'd rather be putting up at the basket. Oh, that would have been...
That would have been 2 threes on it.
And really long putts on both of them if you would have hit that. And Cale from about 16, 17 feet. I think you should be making easy work of this 3.
Yep.
Yep.
That was a gorgeous 3. That's how you pretty much draw it up.
Yep. And he extends his lead again on Terry. 2 strokes is quite a bit when you only got about 6 holes left.
Josh for his par. There we go.
Nice putt there by Josh.
This is like we said. It could be a par 4, it could be a par 5. I mean, it's but it's a good hole 2-3.
Yep. And you see everybody else picking up their 4s, I believe. So, I mean, maybe par 4 is fine, but it's very difficult to get your 3. Yeah, pretty shot there by Rob.
It's Cale with the lone birdie, going into hole 21.
Again, Cale here has 2 strokes on Terry, and anytime Cale has a lead going into the last few holes, it's tough to catch him. You got to catch him. You got to see if he can make a mistake sometimes. It's sometimes the only way you can catch Cale. Here we go, hole 21. Listed as a par 3, but it's very difficult. I don't know if you'll even see a birdie on this hole.
Yeah. The only opportunity is, you either throw it out and over the OB right there, or you crash through the trees with like a sidearm, or even just like a forehand roller.
Maybe some crazy roller.
Yeah.
There's a cliff to the right if you go too far into the wood line, and then that hockey rink is OB if you find yourself in it.
Right there was pretty much the perfect shot. That's what if you're throwing a backhand, that's what you want to do.
Yeah, most people are just trying to throw to about 100, 150 feet short of the hole and just have a nice easy upshot.
Me, I'm just throwing a ESP machete. Yeah. I just know it's going to go right.
Yeah, nobody's probably going to be going for this hole. We didn't see anybody go for it last round. Expecting Rob to throw a nice buttery, smooth backhand turnover and put it in the line that he needs. If you get a little too greedy here, you can catch these branches like he did. Yeah, this can make this upshot very tricky. Off the tee, you don't notice how short that is. But you get up to the hole, you get up to where that lie is, and there's a lot more in the way than you think. Josh might even be going like fairway driver here, it looks like. And it's just fine being out there. Yep. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, he's gonna have a straight look right at the basket.
Yeah, this is right. Yeah, this is such a weird angle if you don't get far enough, and you can get yourself a lot of trouble if you try to do too much here with this upshot too.
He gave himself a look. I think he might be right outside the circle, if not just right at the circle's edge.
Yep.
So hopefully he can knock down that putt.
Josh, a lot of people just throw
hit the boards.
A lot of people just throw it into this board, throw it into the fence, and just let it fall down and have their 10-footer, 12-foot putt. Cale from almost the exact same spot as last round, maybe getting a little bit of a run. Easy work of that.
And pretty much the only way you're going to get a 2 on it is if you throw it in.
Yeah, let's see Terry get a long putt here. This will be fun.
Nope,
he gave up on that one pretty quick.
Nope. That one was immediately retreat. Oh, yeah, he's inside the circle.
Rob's looking at this like the same spot you were yesterday.
That is a great up and down.
Yep. Wow. From where he was, you don't see people get up and down very often from there.
That was a great second shot and a great putt.
So it looks like it's going to be a card full of 3s. Again, nothing wrong with that. You don't see much more, much better anyways. So just play the easy shot. Play to where your landing zone is. That's all you need to do.
Again, thank you, Kaposia Pro Shop, for making the course look amazing. Oh, that was sketchy. Whoa.
Yeah, you can see the sun shining. I mean, this has turned out to be a gorgeous day. I think the wind held up the whole round, though. That didn't really die down at all. But the weather was perfect this second round. Going into 22 here. This is one of the last kind of par 3 holes that we have. One that you really want to get when you're walking up to it as right-hand, backhand player. It is blind to the tee shot. It's very downhill from where the tee shot is, and this green is very tricky. As you can see, it slopes pretty hard away from the hole. You're trying to just throw kind of a stable stable mid-range out to the right here, nice and flat, and just let it dump in towards the hole. And you're hoping you don't get any crazy rollaways. If you go too long, that's better than going too short, because you can catch those branches. And that almost went in the basket. The exact same roll that he got the first round. I can't believe that. But that was a perfect shot. I think he threw his A3 there. He really leans on that A3 for his right-hand, backhand, overstable mid-range shots.
I'm throwing a zone.
And
yeah, there's that roll.
Roll away.
But it stayed. Hit some elephant ears.
Yeah, that was a pretty similar shot that Terry had first round as well. He's probably got about 20 feet left. Cale about 25.
No.
Catching some shrubs there, Rob. I hope that doesn't come in too early.
Okay, he still beat it, but I mean he's gonna have a downhill look at it.
Yeah, probably a long look as well too. I think that caught quite a bit of shrubs there on the way out. But as long as you don't go short, you can get in yourself a lot of trouble if you go short in this hole and don't get it around the corner. I don't know if Josh has too much height on that, but good angle.
Oh!
And that thing just went right over the basket. Little roll as well. He's probably got about 30, 35 feet left. So we'll have 3 good looks at it. Maybe Rob has a long outside look. And again, this is kind of a tough run, especially for a hyzer putter. It leans into the hill and then gets a nice roll away after. You don't want that.
Oh!
That looks so
off the
good.
right side.
That had good weight to it as well.
Josh. Yeah.
Yep, easy work.
He wasn't sure if that was going to stay in there or not.
Yeah, Josh is a really fun guy to play around with. He's just always got a good attitude. Always pushing to do his best, and he wants the rest of the card to do their best as well, too. Cale didn't go quite as far as we thought.
Yep.
But he's probably got a good 22 feet left. Having to straddle putt out of this tall grass. We call them elephant ears.
Elephant leaves or elephant ears, whichever one. But he converts.
Yeah, he's been looking solid on those 25-foot straddle putts, you know. Not something you see him do a lot of.
Got about 15 feet left.
Yep. Keeping pace. Sometimes that's all you can do. Rob will be tapping in his lone par. Probably a little frustrated with his round so far, but we all know Rob is a great disc golfer. He's been around the Twin Cities area for a long time. People know who he is around the area.
Yeah, I was
always a fun guy to play with too.
I remember playing Acorn with him back in 2013 when I first started, and he was whooping my butt.
He's just always such a good dude. And here brings us into hole 23, another par 4. We got a lot of them here to finish the round off. This is 505 feet, slightly uphill the whole way. It's probably placed closer to 550 or more. They've cleaned this hole up very well. I think it plays awesome. The green is a little tricky there. And then there's OB on the right side of the fairway the whole way. There's a path that you can see, and you don't want to go right of that path.
Cale looks like he's throwing that H4 V2 again.
That's crazy.
Landed similar to where he did first round.
Yeah, and that edge of the fairway isn't too bad as long as you don't sneak into those woods.
Yeah, he should be able to get up and down from there. I'm throwing ESP Force, and I know I got to do something here because I'm down by 2 with only 4 to go.
This is a rip here. You got to be a little careful it doesn't tail off too far left. You can get kind of hidden behind those trees, but he got plenty of distance where I don't think it's going to matter. That was a great shot there by Terry. He's probably out driving, most people by 50 feet of where the normal landing zone is.
There we go.
That's a good rip.
Get off
Turning
that
over
path.
a little bit, but I think he'll be fine.
All right.
Yeah, looked like it stayed straight enough. And because Kaposia has cleaned up this course so well, the pro shop, he should have a pretty decent upshot from there, which normally would have been completely blocked.
And Rob, it looked like it just kind of fell out of his hand a little bit, and he landed right inside that little brush.
Oh, no. I've played tournaments before where that was OB. I don't think it was for this
No, I don't think it
tournament.
was. No, I don't think it was.
It was kind of silly if I remember right. It's already a penalty for landing in it.
Now you got to take another stroke.
Yeah, he's got a tough standstill, uphill shot, and this thing can tail off and really get down this hill quick. He's probably got a good 35, 40 feet there with a tree in his way.
Cale, he's a little bit further than he was first round, so now he has to throw from a knee.
Yeah, but still a little tricky straddle out.
Oh,
real good pace on that shot, though.
He's known for his touch on the disc golf course.
Josh.
Miller. Slow it down. Slow it down.
Couldn't quite tell where that finished. Looked like it might have tailed off a little to the left, a little long. But he should still have a putt for his birdie. And Terry almost having a long look for his eagle look. But, I mean, it's 80 feet uphill or more. Wow.
I wanted it, but didn't want it enough.
Yeah, that'd be a fun eagle. You don't see that very often. Here we go. We got Rob, about 40 feet, with that tree in the way, straddling up to the side. This would be a big putt for him if he could hit this.
Oh. If that tree wasn't there, I think it was in.
Yeah.
Oh, it hit that limb. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, I think it did hit that limb. But he had to give it some height to get up the hill, so nothing you can really do there. Josh stayed pretty close. Should be putting this in for his birdie.
There we go.
Get it in there.
We call that the clincher.
Yep.
Cale, nice birdie.
Yep. He'll be keeping that 2-stroke lead over Terry. Now this gets really tough with only 3 holes left, 2 strokes. Terry's got a lot of work to do here, and he's kind of got to ask for Cale to make some mistakes too if he wants to have a chance. Nice straight shot there by Josh.
We got 3 birdies and 1 par.
Yeah, and Cale shooting 16 on the round and Terry shooting 15 on the round so far through 23 holes. That's pretty impressive, guys. I don't think a second card's gonna be catching them.
It was a fun day.
Yeah, and here we got hole 24. Very tough left to right shot. If you have a forehand, it plays the best, but you got to be able to throw it at least 350 on a big hyzer and get to kind of turn back around at the end of the flight. And for a backhand, I'd say it's almost even trickier to get that same type of flight.
Yeah. You want something to go out there, and then you got to have it stall back as well.
Yeah, and Cale doing about as good as you can. I mean, he put himself about 50 feet there. You don't see that with a backhand very often.
That was a great shot.
Yeah, just throwing a mid there. It's listed at 370, so that's a big shot.
Yeah.
There's a pond over to the right. It's hard to get all the way to the pond, but if you do cut this forehand off short especially, they like to fight through the trees, and there's a chance you can get wet. But Terry going real big. Oh my gosh. Did that get closer than last round?
Yes. That was about 25 feet.
Wow. That is hard to do. I mean, those are going to be 2 good looks at this hole. And Josh looks like he's just going to go with right hand, backhand turnover.
There we go, beat the corner.
It looks like a good line, but it just looks like it's going to fade out, and he'll have like 120 feet left or so.
But still, I mean, that's the ideal landing zone right there, because you're around the corner and you're not looking back at the OB. You can give it a good solid run.
Yeah, and this is a big bonus too as well. So just getting a 3 is fine. You're not hurting yourself.
Shoot through that. Shoot through it.
Rob, it's kind of like you got to cut that corner a little bit if you want to try to get all the way to the hole. And that's kind of the danger, trying to go for that line. Okay. He still has a shot, though. He can still get up here. Yep,
that's a nice up.
Yeah, about 15, 16 feet left. Josh looking to do some of the same. Maybe give it a little half go.
Nice up.
You can see Terry's disc right there, like 20 feet away. So Cale knows that if he doesn't make this putt, he's probably losing a stroke to Terry. We got some wind here. It's a good 45, 50 feet. Don't want this to get away from me either.
He's got that spin
putt. That spin putt, right? He's got such good weight on his putt. That's tough, though.
The
that
wind kind of just ate that.
Yeah. And Terry looking to pick a stroke up. And he does. That was huge. With 2 holes left, he needed that.
I needed that.
Yep. And that was a big forehand. What did you say you used on that one?
I threw a Z-Force.
Yeah, one of those red guys.
Yep.
I see a lot of people throwing those red forces.
Thanks, Cale, at Airborne Disc Golf.
Yeah, Rob. Nice save there. He had a little tricky upshot, patent pending. And Josh should be doing some of the same.
Yeah, this is another bonus hole that we like to call it. I mean, it could be a par 4, but then it'd be an easy par 4. So they keep it at a par 3. You gotta make the line happen.
Yeah, you really only see a 4 if you make a mistake.
Yep.
So I think a par 3 is fair. It's just a very difficult one to get. And like we said, Terry gaining a stroke on Cale, both at 16 down through 26 holes. Can he do it? I don't know. Get the golden boy Cale. He's tough to beat. Here we go, 25. Again, very tough par 4.
Bad kick.
Oh, boy. That is not what you're looking for when you're trying to catch a leader. Then kick straight right. And he's not going to have much of a chance to get up and down for his 3. And a par is going to be very difficult even from where he is. And Cale, he smells blood. He knows he needs to make a good shot here, and he does. That's just what Cale does. That's why he's so hard to beat. And Josh trying to throw a similar shot to Cale. You want that kind of hyzer flip to flat and let it finish to the left. You obviously want distance, but if you can get up to the left, and he gave himself a really tough lie there. That tree in the bush.
And if you can get yours to flip a little bit more and get a little bit more distance, that's the ideal.
Yeah, but if you can get out to the left a little bit more too, you have a little bit better angle in at the green. Cale might have to throw that straight shot through the tunnel like we saw last round.
Rob's going to do that same thing.
Yep, but Josh, again, might have a tough look.
Here's Terry throwing through the woods.
Did you just try to go right through the woods there as your only chance?
I had about a 2-foot gap the entire way.
And here's number 3. And it looks like we might have missed that second shot.
Yep.
And you can see how tight these woods are. There's lanes there. But he's probably still got a good 180 to 200 feet left at least, with a lot of trees in the way. I think it fought a little there, huh?
I mean, I couldn't really even see the bucket. I was just trying to get to maybe the fairway. I knew if I juiced it, I was going to go OB, so I couldn't really throw it that hard.
Yeah. And Josh, looks like we might have missed his. That was a second shot.
That was a second shot.
So he must have fought through the tree a little bit there. Or we just missed his second shot, one of the two. But he should be up there putting now from about 30 feet or so. Rob has 2 choices here. You either go around to the left, which is cleaned up quite a bit, as well as that straight shot that's been cleaned up pretty well too.
And that was beautifully thrown.
Yeah, very good play. But, I mean, like going that route, that's about as good as you can get. So you got to hit this 20-footer now. Cale doesn't quite have that same line. He's got a tree that kind of blocks that type of shot, so he's going straight at it again. Get out of here.
He clears it and puts it closer.
Get out of here.
Gorgeous shot. No one does those shots better.
Yeah, and I mean, Terry's in a do-or-die situation. If he doesn't hit this putt, I mean, game over. You're not going to make 2 strokes up on the last hole. So you got street right behind it, and all those branches didn't really get you.
I just laid it up.
Let you get the height.
Because I didn't really know what second card was doing, so I was like, I didn't really have a line at the bucket, so.
Yeah, and you're still losing a stroke even if you hit the putt.
Yep.
So here we go. Got Josh looking to put this in from about 30 feet uphill with OB right behind it. And that's kind of the mistake to make when you have the danger behind the basket. Hit that front cage. It's a Rob from about 20, 25 feet.
No.
That looks really good, really clean out of his hand, but just leaked left. Cale going to be tapping in the easy 3. Yep. And Terry gonna be
not the
tapping in
finish
his
I
bogey.
wanted.
But regardless, Terry had a solid round. Gave us some fun action to watch. Was really hoping he would give Cale that run for the money and come down to the last hole, but Cale's gonna have a cakewalk in here.
Yep.
Again, as we're finishing the last hole, hole 26, slight uphill, about 185 feet. It's one you want to get, but it's a tricky green. It fades downhill pretty quickly after the green, about 20-25 feet or so. We want to just thank you guys for watching this coverage, Parse Productions of the Forest Fury Open. It's been really fun hanging out with you guys, hanging out with Terry here as well too.
And Josh with a beautiful shot. That's what you want to do to finish your round.
Yeah, when you have one of these tall elevated baskets like that, just put it underneath it so you can just dunk it. Makes it so much easier.
And Rob, get up there. He's going to have a probably just inside the circle look.
Yep. Tough putt to finish on. Not one you want to give yourself on this shorter hole. Terry, no, he doesn't really have a chance, but still wants to get this birdie. Make sure that he secures his second place finish. Cale
lays it up.
Easy money. He's just going to dunk that in from there.
Oh, so Rob's about like 25 feet.
Yeah. Again, still scary putt here.
And he cans it.
Yep, with the crowd in there. Maybe not his best round in the world, but he fought through the whole round. Still awesome to have him on coverage. Terry playing an awesome tournament overall. Still finishing at 16 down on this round. 15 down yesterday puts him at 31 total. Those are some good scores at a very, very tough course. Josh, again, played well this round. Just kind of kept battling the whole round. Had a couple of bad things happen, but he was able to finish strong. And Cale
finishing at 33 under.
What was he for the round? Like
17, I believe.
Yeah, I think he was 17 on the round. I mean,
yeah.
What more can you say about Cale? He's tough to beat. I mean, he just doesn't make a ton of mistakes.
No.
Really good at throwing that straight shot. Really good at distance control, spin control, and angle control. And I mean, that makes for a tough person to take down. He's got that inaugural first trophy. Tylor Igou there, tournament director, handed it to him. Again, prestigious course, prestigious event. Only going to get better in the future. Appreciate again all you guys watching here. Parse Productions, premier sponsor Legacy Disc. Thank you for helping out with the tournaments. We got Kaposia Pro Shop doing awesome work, making this course look beautiful. Terry and Ben here. It's been a lot of fun working with you guys, talking with you guys. Hope you come back, watch some more Parse Production videos. Looking to do big things here as we hit 2020.
Thanks, guys.
Signing off, Parse Productions.